Hey Yogi, and welcome to today's Yin class. I know that when it comes to cycle awareness and living in tune with the different phases of your cycle, one of the most difficult ones can be to actually allow yourself to take it easier and rest when you're on your period. I know that for me, it is sometimes a struggle to give myself the permission to actually rest and be more at ease, because we live in a society that is constantly expecting us to take action and be super productive. So in today's class, we'll focus on the present moment, we focus on stillness of the moment and just really coming back into our bodies. And we do that through longer holds and through really connecting with our breath. So we'll get started, and we'll start in child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch your knees wide apart. Oh, and one more thing, I actually don't have any other props here today than a block, and you necessarily don't even need a block, so we can easily just go through the whole class without any props. So find your wide knee, child's pose. Allow your bum to melt in towards your heels, your forehead resting on the mat. And if your forehead doesn't quite reach the mat, you can always bring your hands under your forehead and just rest your head there. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Allow your arms to soften. And see if you can allow your whole body to soften and let go here. Notice if there's any areas in your body where you're holding some tension or you're engaging. And allow yourself to release those areas. One of the reasons why I love child's pose so much is that it's easy to connect with the breath here in this pose. Maybe you can feel the sensations of the breath in your belly, maybe even against your thighs. And already start to deepen your breaths in here a little bit. And lengthen your breaths out. Breathing in and out through the nose. And simply just be present with the inhales and exhales. Really know that you're breathing in. Experience the in-breath with your whole being. Really know that you're breathing out. Experience the out-breath. Allow the breath to work as a bridge between your body and your mind. Bringing your awareness back into your body. You may start to notice some more intense sensations in the hip area. Because even though child's pose is one of the best resting poses in yoga, it's still a hip opener. Allow your inhales to reach your hip area. Your exhales, let go. 5 more breaths here. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. Enjoy the stillness. enjoy knowing that you don't have to do anything else here than to just be. One more breath here. And then slowly come to your all fours. Bring your hands under your shoulders, your knees, under your hips. And make any movement here with your body that you feel like making. Maybe that's circles with your hips to bring more circulation into that area. Maybe it's cat-cow to prepare your spine and to create more circulation in the spine. Couple more breaths. And then find stillness. Moving into puppy pose, and you have the option, if you do have a block there, you have the option to place it horizontally in front of you and bring your elbows over the block, or just simply walk your hands towards the top of the mat, melt your heart towards the mat, and just bring your forehead on the mat. Reach your fingertips further forward, maybe walk your hands a little bit closer to each other. Create space for that nice shoulder opening. And again, maybe you can notice the sensations of the breath quite easily here. Be present with each breath in. Know that you're breathing in. Present with each breath out. Know that you're breathing out. The goal here is not to get into the most advanced variation of puppy pose. The goal here is just to explore the stillness, to be present with your breath. What I always try to remind everyone about is the power of the breath. We often think that it's only our bodies or our minds that can help us to get into the poses, but it's actually the breath that plays the biggest part. The breath has the power of actually create more space in the body to bring more oxygen into the tissues. And when you're truly present with your breath and your body, you're surprised how far you can go when we practice the more stronger poses and actually try to get deeper into the poses. But today we're just focusing on the stillness. Let go of any goals, any destinations, and just enjoy the journey. Five more breaths. Stay in stillness. One more breath. And then slowly bring your hands back under your shoulders. Make your way back to your tabletop. Hands under your shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, drop your belly. Open through the heart, broaden through the collarbones. And exhale, tuck your tailbone under, gaze towards your navel. Inhale and exhale. Come back to your neutral spine. And on the next breath in, reach your right arm up. Stay for the out breath. Inhale and exhale. Thread the needle. Bring the right shoulder and the right side of the head on the mat. Option 2, leave your left hand where it is. Maybe you want to bring the left forearm on the mat. Maybe you want to reach your left arm towards the front. I quite like just having the forearm on the mat. That feels best for me. You also, of course, have the option to find your half bind here. So listening to your body, noticing what feels best for you. Arrive in the stillness. Notice the sensations of the breath. Another nice shoulder opening pose. Soften your lower belly. And stay present with each breath in. Know that you're breathing in. And then know that you're breathing out. On top of being a nice, gentle shoulder opening pose, this also helps you to gently twist the spine. And twisting the spine is really important because it helps you to, after you exit the pose, it helps you to bring more circulation, more fluids, more oxygen into the spine. And having a healthy spine is really beneficial for you in your everyday life, whether you move a lot or sit a lot. 5 more breaths. One more breath here. And then place that left hand back under your shoulder. And inhale, reach your right arm back towards the ceiling. Exhale, back to your table pose. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Stay for the breath out. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, moving to the other side. Left shoulder, left side of the head on the mat. And find your variation with that right arm. And allow that left shoulder to melt into the mat. And just focus on the connection with your breath. Notice the stillness. Allow your body to be completely still. The only thing moving is your breath. Be present with your breath. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. Allow your body to relax in stillness and ease. And I know that you might have an urge to move here. Maybe you have an urge to exit the pose. But just stay. Stay in the stillness. 5 more breaths here. One more full breath. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. Place your right hand under your shoulder. Next breath in, reach your left arm back up. Exhale, tabletop. And then walk your hands a little bit further up on the mat, your knees a little further back. And then bring your hips towards your wrists, your pubic bone on the mat. Find your cobra. Relax your bum. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Push your palms into the mat. Notice the sensations through your spine. One more inhale. Exhale, move back to your tabletop. And then step your right knee next to the right wrist and bring the right shin across the mat towards the left. And then start to bring the left knee further back, bringing the left hip towards the mat. Squaring your hips. Relax the left leg. Relax both of your glutes, prepping for pigeon pose. And first, pressing that left hand into the mat and start to twist towards the right. Bring your right hand on the right hip, gazing over the shoulder. You have the option to come down onto the left forearm, maybe reach that right arm up. And either stay here, or maybe you want to bend that left leg, grab the hold of the left foot with your right hand. Quite a strong quadricep opener on the left side. And allow that left hip flexor to melt towards the ground. Breathe through any uncomfortable sensations. One more inhale. Exhale, release the left foot. And then come down onto your forearms if that's available to you. Maybe just there in your hands if that feels better. Your hips sinking into the mat. Drop your head. Stay in stillness here. We're staying for 2.5 minutes more in pigeon on this side. Make a determination to stay in stillness here. Stay with your breath. If you find that your mind is wandering and you have some thoughts on your mind, just bring your awareness back to the breath, back to the awareness, back to the inhales and exhales. Stay when you want to move. Stay when you want to exit. Stay when you want to run away, and just be in stillness, be with yourself. I know that if we experience, for example, cramps or pain when we're menstruating, it can be very easy to just ignore that and try to run away or just pop some painkillers and try to make it go away and not really acknowledge that, not really acknowledge where it's coming from, not really allowing ourselves to be with it and to really heal the pain. So in the same way, in this pose, just allow yourself to be with what is. Become more patient with yourself. One more breath. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. And then bring your weight onto the right hip, kind of like falling towards the right. And then start to sit on your bum so that your left leg is straight and your right foot ends on the left inner thigh. And we're then just simply relaxing our feet and folding over that left leg. Bring that right side body closer towards the left leg and see if it feels better for you to have your palms on the mat or your palms facing the sky. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Relax through the neck. Reconnect with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Allow the time and the gravity to do the work for you. And even when your mind wants to run away and start wandering, and when you notice that, bring your awareness back to the breath. Noticing your mind wandering is the first step in actually becoming aware of the activities of the mind and starting to still them. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. One more full, slow, long breath. And then slowly come back up. Notice how it feels to exit the pose. And then we're grabbing that right leg and just simply bending the leg so that your foot ends at your right hip. So your right knee is turned outward. And the right sole of the foot, or the inner side of the sole of the foot, is on the mat. Just take an inhale here, relax your feet, relax through the hips. And then on the exhale, fold forward just as far as you can go. If you're like me and you get a little bit tired through the inner groin and through the hip flexors, this might feel quite intense, at least to begin with. So give yourself time, be patient with yourself. Maybe you notice at one point that you can come a little bit deeper into the pose. Allow your body to melt into the mat. Notice if you're engaging any muscles and allow the muscles to completely release. In Yin Yoga, we want to go past the muscles. In Yin Yoga, we want to go into the subconscious mind. We want to go through the part that wants to move or is constantly trying to find new triggers, and we just really want to stay in stillness and explore what that feels. Allow that right seat bone to melt into the mat. The right inner groin to soften and release. One more slow breath. And then slowly come back up. We're actually moving towards the bottom of the mat, so this time bend your left leg, and we're moving to pigeon on the other side. So your left knee ends on the left wrist and the left shin across the mat. And then walk that right knee towards the back. Relax the right leg, relax the left glute. You may just want to find that twist first, pressing the right hand into the mat. Maybe come down onto the forearm and reach that left arm up. Stay here or bend that right leg and grab the hold of the foot with your left hand. Opening through the right hip flexor this time. And then slowly releasing. Come up down onto your forearms. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Drop your head. Stay in stillness. The only thing moving is your breath. Even your fingers and your toes are in stillness. Even your tongue and your eyes are in stillness. One more minute here. In stillness, even when you want to run away. In stillness, even when you want to mask any uncomfortable sensations. One more slow, deep breath. And then slowly come up onto your hands and bring your weight onto the left hip. Sitting on your bum, and then straighten the right leg, bring your left foot to the right inner thigh this time. Relax your muscles, relax your feet, and just simply fold over that right leg this time. Trying to bring that left side body towards the right leg, and again notice which feels better for you, having your palms firmly on the mat or your palms facing up. Relax your shoulders, your feet, your hands, your jaw. Bring your eyes to stillness and stay with your breath. For such a long time, we all thought that constant productivity is the key to success, and if you want to achieve something, you have to be hustling away all the time, 24/7. But I'm happy that the mindset and the collective consciousness is starting to change, and we're starting to really understand that rest is key to success, because when you rest, you actually have that energy to take action, aligned and massive action where that's required. So it's not only nice to rest and give yourself a break, it's also essential. Your body and your mind are like cars, and they do need to be kept up to date. They need petrol or electricity to run. You can only get so far with one tank. One more full breath. And then slowly come up, and we move into our final pose. So just wrapping that left leg and bending it back so that your left knee is pointing outward and that left foot is behind you next to the hip. Relax your feet. And then just fold forward when you're ready. Come as far as feels good for you. You might notice that you're tilted a little bit towards the right. At least that's what happens in my body. That's completely fine, but just try to soften through that left hip flexor. I know that our muscles and our own minds are in our way, and they're trying to protect us, but just allow those muscles to relax. Tell yourself that you don't have to engage them. Allow your body to soften and melt. And with your breath, your conscious breath, slowly feel into the pose. Slowly see if you can go a little bit deeper. Kind of like knocking on the door and see if you can go in. Or maybe today it's best to just stay where you are now. Even yoga has been made to look like it's just fancy poses and pushing yourself to the next level, even though real yoga is just consciousness. It's nothing else. The word yoga means oneness, to unite, and basically it stands for the unity of your breath, mind, and body. And it's not only yoga on the mat, it's yoga off the mat. What we do on the mat helps you to prepare for the life off the mat. Here we're working on our patience, working on our ability to not to react to uncomfortable sensations or situations. We're working on non-reactiveness. So when you can actually take those skills off the mat, that's when you're practicing true yoga. Relax into that left hip flexor. Allow the left leg, the left seat bone to melt into the mat. One more breath here. And then slowly come back up. And release your legs. Come to lie down on your back on the mat. Bend your knees here. Bring your arms to a cactus shape. And just sway your knees from side to side. Releasing that hip area. Releasing through the spine. And then find stillness. Arrive in Shavasana. Final resting pose. Close your eyes. Relax your whole body. Tell your mind that you don't have to engage any muscles in the body. Give yourself time to just rest here in stillness, to really receive all the benefits of this lovely Yin class. Know that Yin poses themselves don't do the work. It's when you release the poses and when you allow yourself to receive the benefits. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you have any questions or any feedback, please leave a comment below. Namaste.